Welcome to M.H. Rourke Stadium on the campus of West Brunswick High School for your FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week. I'm Sam Hickman, joined as always by the best color analyst in the business, Mr. Jay Combs. West Brunswick playing its home opener, Jay, in this still young 2024 season. Trojans looking for their first win, and the Trojans, this cross-state lines rivalry, if you will, Jay, is kind of what it's become in recent years, but the matchup has been a little bit one-sided as North Myrtle Beach Chiefs have had quite a team in recent years, and we're really looking forward to a good one here tonight, partner. Yeah,
last year when these two squads got together, it was a North Myrtle Beach win 35-7. But they're 0-2, and so are the Trojans. Both teams looking to get into the victory column for the first time here in 2024. Last week, West lost to Whiteville at Whiteville, 41-14. The game was actually probably a little closer than the score might indicate. West failed to score from first and goal inside the last 10 seconds of the first half. That would have been a 21-21 game, and then in the second half, the Wolfpack just pulled away, and Coach Hamby was talking about it, and Shane Handy, and he said, you know, gosh, too many mistakes, fumbles, drop punts, 4 turnovers, and last week kind of decimated by injuries and an ejection at the quarterback position and injuries at the running back position. So they're hopeful of not having to face that tonight. One of the players hurt who won't play tonight is Noah Borton, out with a ankle injury. I'm not sure. There you see Borton. Borton's coming on the field with his
still coming out on the field.
Crutches faster than I can run.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. They were going to appeal the suspension, and that would have been for Josiah Borton, the quarterback. And if in fact they won the appeal, then he would play this evening. If not, then the backup will be number 9, Eden Romero. He's just a sophomore, as is Borton. Last week for North Myrtle Beach, they were defeated by Darlington, a narrow 27-21 margin, and they lost 41-14 to Goose Creek, 0-2 on the year. They are in the South Carolina Region 6 5A. Their head coach is Greg Hill. Average 17.5 points a game, give up 33. Pretty close to what West Brunswick, averaging 17 a game and giving up 45. So kind of, at least on paper, Sam, fairly even coming into this one, and maybe this is the year that West can get things turned around, not only against North Myrtle, but hopefully for the season overall.
And Jay Bird, North Myrtle Beach won the opening coin toss, and the Chiefs elected to receive the game's opening kickoff. So West Brunswick's number 10, JoJo Hamrick, will handle the kickoff duties for West Brunswick, and we'll get a look at the Chiefs offense to get things going here tonight. Jay, it is a beautiful, beautiful early September Friday night in Charlotte. Good night for high school football.
Sure is. We've been fortunate with the weather thus far this season, and hopefully we'll be fortunate with a good game here this evening.
Directional kick over the head of the North Myrtle return man, and he's got a crease down the sideline, Jay Bird. Muffed the opening kickoff.
Oh, my soul.
And then he returns it more than 80 yards to the house. Jay, still no touchdown. Still no touchdown signal.
Flag down.
And, Jay, I was wondering if he didn't drop that ball before he crossed the goal line. There was still no touchdown signal given by the guy down there. So it's a moot point because a penalty is going to bring it all the way back. But even with the penalty, the referee on the goal line there still signals touchdown after he crosses the goal line, but he did one of those celebrations where you drop the ball kind of as you're crossing. I don't think he crossed.
Maybe he just got a little excited. I think.
Let's see if he. Oh, he was over.
He was
over.
Yeah.
Okay, he was over.
Well, that's Caden Gore, and I thought, interestingly, Caden was on the opposite side of the field to receive the ball, and I believe they deliberately kicked away from him to Jaquel Davis, number 4, who muffed it, and then Gore picks it up, and you saw the rest. Absent the penalty, the Trojans would be down a touchdown with 16 seconds into the first quarter.
Jay, if I'm not mistaken, the Jaw Davis who muffed the opening kickoff was the Jaw Davis who played running back for West Brunswick last year.
Maybe had a little bit to prove running down that sideline, but he is there 76 yards rushing, a touchdown, caught 3, and Caden Gore, their leading receiver, the guy that muffed the kickoff.
There's Davis up the middle. Good gain across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 yards.
Yeah.
North Myrtle will have a 2nd and 4 from its own 46.
Yeah, Davis had a pretty solid year last year as a 10th grader, and continuing to run the ball here at North Myrtle.
Second and 4, North Myrtle in the shotgun, H-back in motion, and then left tackle there. It looked like 65 Sawyer Averett committed a false start penalty, which will back up the Chiefs to their own 41, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Quarterback for the Chiefs is Landon Cloninger. He's a senior. 26 of 47 passing, 351 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the first 2 games this year.
Second and 9. It'll be a give to Davis around the left side. He's got some running room. And he is pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. But, Jay, we have a flag down on the far side of the field, laying on the 4 at the 40-yard line in the area of holding. But we'll wait on the signal from the white hat. The Chiefs are moving back in a direction that would indicate it's against the visiting Chiefs. So North Myrtle has already had a touchdown nullified by a penalty, a false start on a 2nd and 4 before a 2nd and 4 snap, and a block in the back. That will push the Chiefs into difficult, call it 2nd and 19, Jay Bird?
Yeah, pretty close to it. And Greg Hill, the coach for North Myrtle Beach, probably feels a little like Coach Shane Hamby did last week with the mistakes and that, 4 turnovers. It's just very, very difficult when you give up the ball that many times or shoot yourself in the foot.
2nd and 19. Cloninger rolls out to his right, looking for a receiver, lofts it to number 2 there. That's Caden Gore, quite a player. Pass was complete from the 31 out to the 44, a gain of 13, but North Myrtle still 6 yards shy of the line to gain. The Chiefs will have a 3rd and 6 from their own 44. Nice pitch and catch from Cloninger to Gore.
Yeah, excuse me, and Cloninger had some pressure that time. I was trying to pick up the number. West has those pretty black uniforms with those
and
little
they're pretty difficult
green numbers, and
3rd and 6. North Myrtle approaching midfield. They need the 50 for a first down. They're going to keep it on the ground. Not a whole lot of running room, and Davis is stopped shy, marked down at the 48-yard line, Jay. It's a gain of about 4, but Davis was stopped shy of the line to gain. Actually ruled down at the 47, so give him 3 yards, but it's a 4th and 3. A pretty good job of defense on that opening possession from the Trojans.
Yeah, I think it was Kevon Griffin on the stop among a host of West Brunswick tacklers, and I think it might be Griffin back to return.
Fourth and 3, North Myrtle show and punt. Really good snap. Oh, Jay, a kick is straight up in the air. West got to get away from it.
West got to look up, yeah.
Jay, the snap was from the 47. It's down at the 43, so a 10-yard punt officially. And Jay West, without forcing a turnover or blocking the kick, was able to flip the field.
Well, maybe
on the Chiefs.
Maybe the fortunes have turned here in Shalot, right? You know. But that was that kick went higher than it did far. So lucky break for West Brunswick. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. And out at the quarterback position is Josiah Borton. So they must have won the appeal, and Borton will start here tonight.
Handoff up the middle. He's got running room, still on his feet. That's
Griffin.
Big.
Daniels.
33 Daniels, I believe.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. 32 Javante Daniels, the senior running back. And Jay, they said he came in against Whiteville and ran really hard and really well.
Yeah, 134 yards on the season thus far for the big senior, and he can rumble and stumble and bang his way to yards.
And Jay, I believe Daniels has to come off the field for something. We got an official timeout. Oh, it was a lineman who had to come off. And West is just going to use one of its timeouts. So, Jay, initially it was an official timeout to send a player off the field. And I believe with an equipment issue, you have to come off for one play. So West just elected to call one of its 3 first-half timeouts, regroup, get settled. And they don't want to waste this really great start. Forced to stop or got to stop on their opening defensive possession. First give was a handoff to Daniels for 13 yards. So some good things happening early, which has got to be pleasing to the Trojan faithful.
Absolutely. And, you know, you mentioned about Javante Daniels. Last week, he was playing on both sides of the ball and doing well. But in the second half, they actually had to just play him defensively because he was cramping up. Last week, Sam, remember we were at North Brunswick last week for West Carteret and North, and people were cramping. I mean, it
was amazing.
It was, and apparently maybe the same thing over in Columbus County at Whiteville last week.
Well, they don't get to play in the comfy confines of the press box,
they do not. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, kids.
I can't keep bragging about it, but maybe I should. It's so comfortable.
Man, these new digs at these Brunswick County schools are something else. Daniels again. This time he lowers his shoulder and picks up 3 yards on a first down carry to set up a 2nd and 7 from the North Myrtle 42-yard line.
Nothing fancy, just straight up the gut football. And if you can beat who controls that line of scrimmage, and at least on the first 2 possessions or downs for West this evening, the Trojans have come out on top.
North Myrtle has a couple of really good looking defensive linemen in Will McNeely and DJ Goss. It was Josiah Borton, quarterback power to the left side, but he only picked up a yard, so we'll call it 3rd and 6 from the 41-yard line. And Jay, if you're the offensive play caller here and Coach Handy, are you thinking 2 plays to get 6 yards here at this area of the field?
Well, you know, provided that this 3rd down picks up something, right? I mean, but yeah, I would think so too. You mentioned Gauze. He was in on the stop that time, 6-foot senior, 215 pounds for the Chiefs.
McNeely, number 11, is a good-looking player, too, on that interior defensive line. Borton rolls out. Had a man who kind of leaked out of the backfield, but his pass was incomplete and will set up a 4th and 6 from the 41-yard line of the Chiefs.
I think that was Mike Cavallini.
And they're going to punt it.
With pressure, and I so that's why I think I hesitated on the kick or playing it twice for the first. So an important punt for the Trojans. Is that JoJo back there? It doesn't look like it.
Does not look like him. It's a low kick, fielded cleanly.
Wrong guy.
Man, he's tough, isn't he?
Well, that's number 8.
That was a nice hit down there in coverage by number 5, Trey Evans. Gore dropped it around the 26-yard line. North Myrtle we'll get our second look at the North Myrtle offense that had great starting field position to open the game, but penalties derail their opening drive, and Cloninger and that offense will get a second chance here with 8:08 left in the opening frame.
Well, they only averaged 17.5 a game. They're much like West Brunswick this year, at least early on, scoring.
Got some running room there. I believe that was Gore on the carry, no? Nope, number 6, Drew Prince.
Who's actually, Sam, the leading rusher in the early season for North Myrtle Beach. 148 yards in 2 games and 1 touchdown. He's a senior running back.
Well, if North Myrtle's picking up 7 yards on first down carries, I believe the Chiefs would love to be in that position most of the night. There's Prince again around the left side, brought down at around the 37-yard line, but he had enough for the first down. So first down of the night for the Chiefs, and North Myrtle on the move, moving left to right on your screen in the blue breeches and the white tops, or white jerseys and the blue hats. West Brunswick in their customary home all blacks.
I think it was Josiah Borton that got credit for the tackle that time, playing both ways. Of course, when you're a sophomore, you got enough, youth, you can do that. Big Josiah Sneed for West thinks it's against North Myrtle, and Josiah, you are 1 for 1 in your calls here tonight.
So a false start before the first down snap, puts the Chiefs in a 1st and 15 from their own 32-yard line. 7:05 left in the opening frame. Cloninger and company looking to the sideline for the play. Jay, the play clock's already under 10 seconds, so the Chiefs are going to have a little bit of hurry up here to get this one off. Play clock down to 2,
hurry
1,
up
and they got it off in time. Pass over the middle, caught. Good for about 7 yards to the 39-yard line to set up a 2nd and 8 after the 7-yard gain by Jay Brown Reeves.
Well, let me tell you, number 44, he is a tight end, senior, 6'3", 235 pounds. That is a big-time target. 4 catches coming into tonight.
And a big target.
And a big target, yeah.
So 2nd and 8 from the 39. The Chiefs need their own 47 for a first down. Got a man in motion. They're going to run the speed sweep. West did a pretty good job spilling it out, and a nice tackle over there by number 4. Or was it 4? No, number 2, folks. Sorry, that's Kavion Griffin. Made a really nice play. 4 was over there as well. Caden Coley.
Caden Coley, yeah.
Yep.
Somebody was applying pressure.
71 in the backfield who kind of spilled it out.
That's Sneed.
He did a good job setting the edge.
6 tackles on the year for Josiah, and I remember him towards the end of last season really coming on strong.
So 3rd and long, wide open across the middle of the field. So Cloninger to number 8, Andrew Kreider, the senior wide receiver, comes up with a 3rd down catch and a first down. The Chiefs are across midfield, 1st and 10 at the West 49.
That would be catch number 6 on the year for the senior Kreider, and he had 77 yards with those catches. That's going to get bigger.
Cloninger drops back, rolls out to his left, got a man wide open over there. That's Caden Gore. Big-time throw and catch from the Chiefs all the way down to the 27-yard line, a gain of 22 yards and another Chief first down.
Yeah, some miscommunication, I think, in the secondary that time of West Brunswick. Receiver just slipped right into the open spot. I think there was some mix-up again between who's got who or who's got what on the field.
West going to bring some pressure this time, but a good surge by the North Myrtle Beach offensive line. It was number 7, Jaden Chestnut, on the carry. He's all the way down to the 21-yard line, a gain of 6 yards, setting up a 2nd and 4. Second and 4 from the Chiefs. Cloninger drops back, got some pressure. Powell, the defender, a jump ball. It is caught, and the receiver ruled down at about the 2-inch line. A really nice catch in traffic by Rio Stevenson. The diminutive receiver goes up and gets the jump ball.
And somebody laid a lick on the quarterback that time, but yet he got it away just in a nick of time. Sneak.
Cloninger stays low on the quarterback sneak. Jay, I do believe he was in. They're going to come clear the pile to be sure.
Still no call. Maybe not.
He was not in. So 2nd and goal now from about the inch line. This time he bulls his way around the right side for a touchdown. Number 12, Landon Cloninger on the 1-yard quarterback sneak. And with 3:37 left in the opening frame, the Chiefs have struck first. The visitors take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, if you can't go up the middle, you can go off the edge, and that's what he did that time, he being Cloninger. So it brings out the point after attempt.
Point after try is up. It is good, and the Chiefs have taken a 7-0 lead. Jay, here's another look. You mentioned it. Cloninger just kind of slyly crept around the right side there for the quarterback sneak. And as you mentioned, he tried up the middle on 1st and goal. It wasn't quite there, so he made his own route on try number 2, and it was successful. So the Chiefs lead the Trojans 7-0 early in Shallotte. Got about 3.5 minutes left in the opening frame. And Jay, let's take the temperature of the room here. West was off to a good start, forcing a North Myrtle punt, and then had pretty good field position. But then had to punt on its first drive, and North Myrtle, with an impressive second possession, goes down and takes the lead.
Yeah, well, that pass out into the flat, or a little further down the field, I guess, where it appeared there was some mix-up defensively, really hurt West that time. And then the good catch in the end zone, or just outside the end zone, set them up for that easy score.
So North Myrtle takes an early 7-0 lead on the Cloninger quarterback sneak, and then the Chiefs kick it out of bounds on the ensuing kickoff. So West Brunswick will take over 1st and 10 at its own 35-yard line. So our second look at sophomore quarterback Josiah Borton and the Trojan offense.
Well, West has they got to figure out a way to move this ball. Looks like that they're going to rely mostly on running.
That was Timmy Miller on the 1st down carry. He picks up a couple yards to the 37-yard line, the 38-yard line. So we'll give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I mentioned Collis Miller. He actually saw some considerable time at the running back position last week because injuries to Stanley, to Borton, and actually acquitted himself quite well.
Borton drops back, got a man on the corner route. It's caught by Jude Surigao. He's across the 45, rolled down at the 40-yard line. 12 and 22 yards on the corner route from Borton to Jude Surigao, and the Trojans in business.
And credit to Borton that time, Josiah Borton, for hanging in there. He got hit just as he released, but it was a well-thrown, accurate ball. And kid, I keep waiting to kind of kind of, explode is Surgal. He had a couple of catches last week. Nothing.
Borton.
We got some extracurricular, and I think that's going to get a flag.
Jay, it's just a matter of who it's on. If it's on Surgal or the North Myrtle Beach, I believe it was Goss who was in there with the extracurriculars. So we got a dead ball, personal foul against North Myrtle Beach. So they got it on the Chiefs. So that'll be a free first down for the Trojans, partner.
Well, once again, they need to take advantage of these opportunities that North Myrtle Beach is providing them this evening. They failed on the initial couple of possessions, but they're inside the 30-yard line now. That's a pretty good matchup. Goss is 215, and Surgal is what? Got to be number 5, number 8. It doesn't have their weights, but he's every bit of 215, and that's going to give 5 back.
Be a false start penalty against West Brunswick. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 27, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 32-yard line.
For a team that's at this point in their young season a little bit challenged offensively, you can ill afford to give up the field and yards for those kinds of mistakes. Too many, as Coach Hamby said, too many mistakes.
Speed option out to the right. Borton faked the pitch out to Collis Miller and held on to it and was dropped at around the 33-yard line for a loss of about 1.
Credit North that time or North Myrtle Beach for playing pretty good defense, but that play, there was hardly any distance whatsoever between the quarterback and Collis Miller. And
so we call it the pitch relationship, and that was a poor pitch relationship.
Yeah.
They was too close to actually pitch it to them. And it made it easy for North Myrtle to read and gauge it defensively. You could have really tackled both of them with one kid. They were so close together.
The results would have been the same, Pressure again.
Oh,
that's going to be a good
West
flag.
is going to get 15 free ones as Borton took a shot well after the whistle there.
I think that was Wilson, 36, I think, for North Myrtle, but either way, that was after the whistle blown, and he really got belted. Procedure against West.
So, Jay, I think they're going to have to back them up 5 and then go the other way 15. So West is still going to be shy of the line to gain, but it'll change it'll take what would have been a 2nd and 20 after the false start and I think make it about a 2nd and 5.
Boy, that was
Jay, I think I just overheard in the press box that there was an ejection.
Could have been. That was a really violent hit, and it was pretty high as well. If it is true, Wilson, one of the leading tacklers for
It was 25.
Oh, it was 25.
Goss.
Okay. Oh, Goss. Well, he's among the leading tacklers too for. So if it's 25 Goss, that's going to be a little hurtful for the Chiefs.
So 2nd and about 6. Collis Miller on the handoff. Very little running room. Maybe got to the 20-yard line to set up a 3rd and 3.
Well, you see 32 Daniels coming back in the game now. I think Collis Miller would be more of a guy that you would get to the outside, not between the tackles. If you're going to run like that, then that's Daniels' time.
So 3rd and 3 for West Brunswick. Ball's marked at the 20-yard line of North Myrtle Beach. Josiah Borton, the quarterback, in the shotgun, flanked by Daniels. They're going to throw it out wide. Tried a little bubble screen out to the short side of the field, and he could not connect with the intended receiver.
not a bad play call, just not well executed by the Trojans. So they got a decision to make, and when you have a kicker as good as JoJo Hamrick, that kind of helps you to make that decision. Hamrick does not have a field goal yet this season. Hasn't. I don't even think he's attempted one. He's 4 for 5 points after.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. Good snap. Good hold. The kick is up. It's got the distance, and Hamrick nails it. So Hamrick splits the uprights on a 37-yard field goal, and the Trojans are on the board. Chiefs lead 7-3, 14.5 seconds left in the opening quarter. So Jay didn't get in the end zone like they wanted, but the Trojans have to feel good coming out of that possession with some points.
Well, what they ought to feel most good about is that Josiah Borton is still standing up, because, boy, that was a vicious hit. And that hit, and perhaps even an ejection tied to it, was really the difference, and allowed the Trojans to get close enough to at least attempt and convert the field goal. So, yeah, nice effort by JoJo Hamrick that time, and 7-3 looks a lot better than 7-0 with just under, 14.5 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
So Hamrick once again will handle the kickoff duties
and
for
Sam,
West Brunswick.
And folks at home watching, we've already seen the danger of these kickoffs. Another muff.
Yeah, second time they've had trouble with one of those kickoffs. And a good job on the tackle there, bringing the ball carrier down. I'm going to follow him, Jay, so I can get the number, but he will not turn this way.
You got to tell Coach Fletcher, the AD here, to put lights on these numbers.
Trey Evans. It was Trey Evans who made the tackle on the kickoff return. Imagine it was Rio Stevenson, the return man.
Yeah, imagine if when they're running off the field or they're playing out there and they push a little button and their numbers light up, for us, because I'm sure it's all Jimmy thinks about is how to make things easier for us during the week.
As he should.
There
what a play
go.
Back there. Jay, guess who? Daniels. Yeah. The kid is a beast.
He is. And last week he just ran out of gas and cramped a lot by playing both ways. It looks like Coach Hamby's being a little more, spreading his minutes out a little more this week.
Jay, what a way to bring the first quarter to a close for West Brunswick. A loss of about 7 yards for North Myrtle on first down. After 1 quarter of play, the Chiefs with a narrow lead over the Trojans, 7-3 on your game of the week. First snap of the second quarter, Cloninger rolls to his right, had a man, Gore, in the middle of the field, but the pressure from West Brunswick forces the errant throw, and Mr. Moe on the side of the Trojans, they forced the Chiefs into a 3rd and 17 here after getting on board with the on the board with the 37-yard field goal by JoJo Hamrick. A big snap right here, Jay. A big snap if West could stop them and force a punt and get the ball back, only down 4.
Yeah, this would be really important, not only to get the ball back, potentially good field position, but just to kind of, build on what they did that last series.
Screen, and West read it to perfection. Cloninger rolls out. Now he's going to throw it away. Jay, it has to be a
block from
an
behind
eligible man
or something.
Downfield, no?
There it is. There it is.
So, Jay, and he was doing the right thing. The North Myrtle Beach offensive lineman, number 53, Colton Turner, was about 21 yards from the line of scrimmage when the pass was thrown, and the referee saw it at the end. But, Jay, you got to imagine you're just going to decline this. And take the 4th and 17, right?
And that's exactly what they've done, and they're going to get the ball back with a chance for that good field position. I thought there was a play. I thought there was a block from behind in the backfield, but maybe not. But
West
either way,
diagnosed that screen beautifully. I mean, they saw it coming, and the defensive lineman kind of sagged back to stay with the intended receiver and just totally blew up North Myrtle Beach's plans on that 3rd and 17.
And Sam, great observation. And Hamby again this week was quoted as saying defensively he felt like the kids were, starting to handle this. He said he thinks they're generally in the right position. Although I would argue that first pass tonight, but other than that, they're in the right position. They just got to make the play. So far, they're making the play.
11:46 left before halftime, 3rd and 17. West not bringing much pressure on that punt attempt. It's a short-ish punt. Takes a semi-friendly North Myrtle Beach bounce inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. We'll call it a 25-yard punt, but West Brunswick with pretty good starting field position on their opening possession of the second quarter. 11:34 left before intermission. It's North Myrtle Beach 7, West Brunswick 3. And, Jay, already a more competitive outing than the game between these two teams last year when it was pretty one-sided from the start.
Yeah, 35-7 victory. That was down at North Myrtle Beach High School. One of the things to watch in this series, Sam, is to see if number 32 is in the offensive backfield for West, and at least on this play he is. Oh, mishandle. Gosh darn.
Jay, I believe the Trojans had some incomplete pass. It was a forward pitch, so when it hit the ground, it's ruled an incomplete pass. And fortunate for the Trojans, because it would have been a loss of about 8 yards.
Another in a series of fortunate, but good fortune tonight early on for West Brunswick.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Because that would have been a fairly sizable loss, and as it turns out, it's just a 2nd and 10.
As it turns out, Jay, 2nd and 10 is much better than 2nd and 18.
You're not joking. Every time.
Student body left. Borton takes McNeely for a ride there, and Jay picked up 6 yards on that play. So a good productive play on 2nd and 10, and it's going to be a 3rd and 4 from the Trojans. The ball's at the 44-yard line. West needs the 48 for a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and very makeable behind Josiah Borton. Let's see. He has rushed coming into tonight 52 yards and 1 touchdown.
In only a game and a half, too, as he didn't play the second half last week. It's going to be a give. Still on his feet.
There you go.
Daniels across midfield for a West Brunswick first down.
When you
He's tough, Jay. He's tough.
You see them guys come off the field, and they're like, feed me, feed me, feed me. I mean, that's what you want to do with Daniels. The problem is he's so good defensively from his linebacker position that you almost need to cut him in two. But
Jay, we've got several kids on the Shallotte JV Pirates who play both ways. Can easily be done. Not quite the level of physicality as a high school football game, Obviously, joking, folks, it is a tough task, especially, Jay, worth mentioning in these early season games when it's still so warm outside. For these kids, I mean, you're talking about maybe 150, 160 snaps. No child can play every one of them. So I think it's a good point you made. They have to pick their spots with Daniels.
Yeah, you do, and I don't think it's quite as hot tonight as it was a week ago, so maybe the cramps won't be as much of an issue. They're going to run him again.
I mean, for anybody watching at home, I want you to look at Daniels when he's lined up in the backfield. Jay, he's an absolute load. He's a load. I mean, this is a big kid.
He's a big young man is what he is, and that's what the Chiefs are finding out. That's 3 runs in a row by Daniels, and he didn't look any weaker on any of them. I think he did, and he has. He's come out. So he's going to get a quick blow.
9:20 left before halftime. West Brunswick down by 4. North Myrtle leads 7-3. West facing a 3rd and 2. They need the 40 for a first down. That's Collis Miller on the give. Jay's got enough for the first down. Not by much, but he did get enough to move the chains. Got to the 40-yard line, and that's exactly what the Trojans needed. And, Jay, you know, even if they're having a tough time finding the explosive plays, this is what West needs. You know,
yeah, they do.
Run the ball, churn the clock. Just keep good things happening.
And build your confidence, get some, a good feeling about yourself. Collis Miller, by the way, 68 yards running the football, and I think most of that came last week against Wayville.
Oh, Borton's loose, Jay. Makes a guy miss, and then he is dropped at the 31-yard line. But that's a gain of 9 yards, and once again, West Brunswick able to stay ahead of the chains. And West actually going to force North Myrtle Beach to call a timeout.
Well, that I don't blame them. North Myrtle's getting gouged at least these last 4 plays. That time, Will McNeely was the tackler.
Jay, I believe we got a little rain falling here at MH Rourke Stadium.
Well, it's in the forecast for sure, and the heavier rain is supposed to occur more overnight into tomorrow, but not surprising. There's a little bit. Now you can see it really well. Great shot. Taryn and Jill are running cameras tonight and doing a superb job.
Look at that.
And,
look at that.
And as
are
Nathan
we on
said,
NBC or what? That's look at that, folks. That's funny.
As our producer director, Nathan Evers, says, hoping they're not getting too wet when he knows full well they're drenched. But they're tough young ladies, let me tell you. If you're going to run camera at Focus, you got to be tough. And our ladies, Jill and Taryn, tonight, they're a tough bunch.
2nd and 1 for West Brunswick. It's Daniels again. He got his breather, and he is back running the football, and he's got 6 yards down to the 25-yard line. And the Trojan offense, Jay, has found a little bit of a rhythm here, midway or early in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the offensive line on this drive, which is consisted of, 4 or 5 runs, has really done a good job of pounding some daylight to allow these running backs and Borton to advance.
Student body left. Borton around the left side. He's dropped at around the 22, 23-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 7 as the game clock ticks toward the 8-minute mark.
Another successful run. They haven't thrown the ball in a long time, and I'm not sure the way they're running the ball, I'd ever throw it again, Sam. They've found some consistency here and executing very, very well.
You know, Jay, you mentioned it off camera earlier. Derrick Henry had 5 carries on the Ravens' opening touchdown drive last night.
13
and only
overall.
Had 3 the rest of the first half.
Yeah,
I thought
13 for the game.
I thought that was really
There's
curious
the pass.
at best. Oh, nice throw, nice catch by Garrett Powell inside the 15 to the 13-yard line, where it is another West Brunswick first down.
How does a baseball pitcher catch a pass like that?
Well, he's also a baseball catcher.
I know, that's true. Yeah. And he's also going to Francis Marion, I think, to play some baseball.
That is correct.
That's
Committed
wonderful,
last week.
wonderful. What a great kid. Boom.
Daniels on the
Boom.
carry. He's bulleting his
Boom.
way. He's over. Touchdown. Javante Daniels. Touchdown. Trojans. What an individual effort by Daniels. 13-yard touchdown run, and the Trojans have taken the lead 9-7.
Wow. That's just a great, impressive run by Daniels. Oh, my soul.
Wow. That was like a baby Jay Combs out there running the football. Just bullet his way across the goal line.
That was Jay Combs handing off the football. But, great run by Daniels. Determined.
Hamrick's point after attempt is up. It is good, and the Trojan lead is 10-7. Jay, what a drive by West Brunswick.
Probably the best drive, best series that they've had in this young season, and mostly on the ground, and the emphasis with Daniels, but the nice pass too. You run the ball that many times, you would expect that it would help open up the pass, and Borton and Garrett Powell hooked up, and the rest was Daniels. And West has a lead. I'm wondering if they've had a lead this year.
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
Jay, if I could take a quick minute, a shout out to our loyal viewers. They join us every week. Doesn't matter if we're north, south, west. Steve and Judy Prescott at home watching tonight. Thanks for joining us on FOCUS Broadband TV's Game of the Week. We appreciate your viewership and look forward to seeing you on Friday nights for the rest of the season, folks.
I'll tell you, I'm always, and I'm thrilled and surprised that as many people do that as they do. I know a couple as well that watch every week. And that would be James and Judy Russ over in Ocean Isle Beach. And,
so I just Miss Damaris Helms I saw before the game tonight, and she said, "Y'all are the game of the week. I've got to call Dad."
Well,
and let him know, and so she called him while I was right there standing, and they said they'd be watching.
Well, they would be, and one of the things they're hopeful watching, at least on the roster, is number 51. That's Luke Helms, who's only a freshman, and
man, he's a good-looking thing too, Jay Bird.
Plays on the offensive and defensive line. Again, unless we can light these numbers up.
Luke had an older brother, Noah, who was quite a player at West.
Yes, he was.
And
now he's an official.
He is. And Noah and Luke have twin younger brothers, Silas and Levi, who are 11 years old.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, remember those names, folks.
Studinskis.
Silas Helms and Levi Helms.
Yeah.
They're both going to be ball players.
Yep.
Or already are.
Yeah.
But will be at West Brunswick someday, you got to think. So North Myrtle Beach, it feels like the offense hasn't been on the field in about an hour of real time. They're going to throw the bubble screen out to the right. And, Jay, anytime they can get it to Caden Gore, you got to think that's a good thing for the Chiefs. He's a nice player.
Well, put the ball in the hands of your good athletes, good ball players, and certainly Gore checks the box on that. Man, number 34, I think it was Cumbie that time. In on the stop, 13 tackles coming in. Man, really quick.
So 2nd and 7 for North Myrtle. Cloninger rolls out to the left. Sneed is chasing him. Nearly got him. Cloninger dumps it over the head to Rio Stevenson. A really nice job by Cloninger finding the open receiver, but a little too much on the little touch throw there. So Rio wasn't able to track it down. And, Jay, not to overstate it, but another really big spot. If West could force a stop here and get its offense back on the field, you'll be getting another look at a North Myrtle defense that has to be gassed right now.
Has to be a little tired, that's for sure. But with some escapability, though, by Cloninger, the quarterback. Had some pressure, got out of it.
3rd and 7, Cloninger drops back, fires a pass to Stevenson. It was caught, but Jay, he's going to be short of the line to gain. He's marked down at the 36-yard line. North Myrtle needs the 37 for a first down. Jay, watch the fake. I'm feeling a fake here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that Griffin on the tackle that time, number 2?
And it was a good one.
It sure was. Wow.
I mean, Griffin could not allow Stevenson to get even a half yard after the catch right there. He dropped him as soon as he caught it, or it would have been a North Myrtle first down. Nope, Jay shows how much I know there, partner. Another sky-high,
get away
punt by North Myrtle. Jay, that's going to be out of bounds somewhere near the West 45-yard line, 43-yard line. And West players coming off the field, including Trey Evans, trying to get the crowd into it. West Brunswick has all the momentum right now, have scored 10 unanswered points, have forced 2 North Myrtle punts in a row. If the Trojans can make something positive happen here offensively, then you feel even better about their chances here tonight.
Well, just check the offensive backfield first and see if the big guy's in there. He actually is, and I think it all kind of starts with him. Good defense that time by the Chiefs.
This time they dropped Daniels for a loss of a yard, setting up a 2nd and 11 for West Brunswick.
Yeah, leading tackler for North Myrtle Beach, Brycey Gore. 9.5 tackles coming into this evening's game, and that's something to tackle Daniels, and even more so to tackle him for a loss. Well, they made
another loss of yardage by Daniels.
Well, maybe some adjustments, but more so on those 2 plays when compared to that previous series. The line of scrimmage controlled very much by North Myrtle Beach. So
astute observation.
Daniels coming out too, Sam, and maybe a passing situation, or
see if Garrett Powell can get loose in the North Myrtle secondary.
Would love it.
3rd and 11. Borton drops back. Got a man in the middle of the field, but the pass is too low, intended for number 8, Jude Surigao. And, Jay, that will set up a 4th down and an obvious punting situation for the Trojans.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned something about Garrett, and he was wide open about 5 yards, 7 yards to the left of where the attempted pass went. And afterwards he had his arms up in the air because obviously Borton didn't see him or thought he could get the ball to Surigao. Anyway, sets up a punt.
There he is. West had a guy in the wrong spot there on the punt team, but they got him situated there. Really good long snap. Ooh, Jay got off a good kick. Boy, that's Eden Ramiro punting that ball. He's got a big leg on him. Caden Gore running away from everybody.
So Romero,
he can boom that thing, can he?
Yeah, and he's just a 10th grader. He is he's the backup quarterback to the other 10th grader, Josiah Borton. But excellent punt that time by.
Got beautiful yellow cleats too.
Yeah, they stick out, don't they?
I hear that Eden is a fine baseball player and basketball player. As a matter of fact.
Don't want to wish our lives away, but it won't be long, and we'll find that out, right? All right, they had a good defensive series the last couple of times out. Let's see if they can continue to make those plays on these 4 downs.
There's Prince on the give. He's got a lot of running room, tripped up.
Number 6, Prince on the carry, tripped up.
Jay, I believe it was 25 who tripped him up. Is that Elijah Lucas who got him, the sophomore DB over here at the bottom of the screen? Yep, that's him, 25.
That's who I thought too, and the PA guy called out Cyrus Gregory, but between them it was a really, really good tackle by West Brunswick.
3:45 left before halftime. North Myrtle trying to drive in and either tie the game or take the lead. Boy, Daniels had a hand on him and couldn't quite bring him down, but several other West Brunswick defenders were able to get to him and drop him. Hold him to a gain of 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 8 for North Myrtle Beach. Ball is at the 46-yard line of the Trojans.
Yeah, a ton of black shirts up there that time. Hard to see who got the initial hit, but they got to come up with 2 more downs playing that way, back to winning the line of scrimmage. wants to throw, Sam.
Cloninger drops back.
He's got room.
He's going to take off and scramble. Oh, the referee kind of slowed him down a little bit there, but it's going to be enough for the first down yardage. 8 yards on the scramble by Landon Cloninger, and another North Myrtle Beach first down. 2 minutes, 58 seconds left before halftime, and the Chiefs now in business. 1st and 10 at the West Brunswick 38.
It might have been Antonio Sanchez in on the stop that time. They're coming.
Boy,
there you go.
I tell you, West has played some defense, Jay Bird.
3-4.
That's Jabari Comby.
And the other big guy, I couldn't tell what his number was.
Is there a 61? It was it Gage Woods was in there.
Okay.
The junior defensive lineman. Comby was in there. So no gain on the play. And Jay, we got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Each team has 2 timeouts left. So time not quite a factor just yet. Cloninger drops back. Jay, we got flags everywhere. Oh, man. Woo. The hit from the DB separates the man from the ball. Big hit by Trey Evans over there. Lodges the ball loose. And Jay, it was right when the ball was snapped. I think it's some kind of procedure penalty. Maybe lined up in the neutral zone. Nope, it is a procedure penalty against North Myrtle. This is real interesting, Jay Bird. Do you decline it and take 3rd and 10?
I'll tell you what, you could take more hits by Trey Evans.
Yeah, I think West is going to decline this and take the 3rd and 10, and I believe I'd do the same for whatever that's worth.
Here we go. Decline.
Yep. Coach Handy, good thinking. Man, I'd be really nervous if I was a high school head coach and made a decision that Sam agreed with. I'd start to second guess everything I knew.
Yeah, that unfortunately that gene didn't get conveyed to you from Yogi. He did so much good work, but yeah, not that one.
But
right?
never coached in a Diamond Youth Baseball World Series.
You just stole the words out of my mouth.
Never coached in a DYB World Series.
Thank you for bringing me back to reality.
But I never coached in a high school football state championship.
Well, there you go.
And North Myrtle wants a timeout before this 3rd and 10 snap. 1:59 left before halftime. Jay, take me into the West Brunswick timeout huddle. Your defensive coordinator, Aaron Powell, what are you expecting from the Chiefs? What do you want to do? What do you want to not do? Take me inside the West Brunswick huddle.
Well, I think first of all, you know, obviously 3rd and 10 is very much in defensive favor, so you can attack if you so desire, but I would darn sure make sure that no receiver or potential receiver gets in back of your defensive backs, and I would just kind of just play tough the way they played this entire first half. If in fact they're able to hold here, it'll be a decision for Coach Hill on 4th to, depending on how much yards they pick up, if any. Their punting has not been a big weapon for them tonight.
So here we go, folks. 3rd and 10. Ball's at the 38. A little delayed draw, and West Brunswick is all over it.
Who's that?
Number 14, Antonio Sanchez with a big tackle for loss. And, Jay, I believe Sanchez just made the decision for North Myrtle. A loss of 5 or 6 yards is going to force North Myrtle to bring on the punt team.
My guy, Antonio, 3 tackles coming into the game tonight. He's already got a couple. So, as I mentioned earlier, it's been a challenge for number 15, Braden Russell, the senior punter. Gets the ball a little higher than farther, and West would be quite content with that.
This one was a good
fair
one.
catch.
Very good job by Kavion Griffin, fair catching that ball at the 12-yard line. So, Jay, this is where I feel like these coaches do make their money. This is tough. 1:11 left before halftime. You got 2 timeouts left, but you got a 10-7 lead. I mean, you got to think 0-2 West Brunswick, lost 49-20, then 41-14. keep it on the ground, at least make North Myrtle. And remember, North Myrtle only has one left. So West can, in theory, run out this clock if they wanted to. Just take your 10-7 lead into the halftime break. Trojans get the ball first. Do you agree with that line of thinking?
I really do. Now, if they could bust a big run and then good hit that time. Wow.
Goss, who was not ejected earlier.
Man.
Oh, that was Brycey Gore on the hit. Sorry, folks.
Timothy
Collis Miller
felt that one, I'm sure. Yeah, Sam, I agree. Keep the ball on the ground. They're not.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Hamby's going to stop the clock. Or if you happen to bust a big one, that would then allow you to, take a shot at it with a long pass or something, sure. But this is territory that West Brunswick has not been in for a long time. 10-7 lead.
It looks like you and Coach Handy are thinking along the same lines there. Collis Miller with a good gain out to the 27-yard line.
That stops the clock, right, Sam?
Yeah, but Jay, you still hadn't reached your own 30, so now West is going to call one of its two timeouts.
Well, I mean, Collis Miller's got some breakaway speed. And I think Borton himself runs pretty well as well. So, yeah, I would still be conservative, but try to pick up as much as you can. And who knows, if you can get a 30-yard run or
maybe you chunk one up and get a pass interference,
something like that. You don't have to get all the way to the end zone. I think that JoJo Hamrick's range is probably what?
45?
45 yards. So,
Jay, your thoughts on the first half in general?
Happy for West Brunswick. They've played kind of more consistent, and I think the consistency that we're seeing out of West tonight has been because they really haven't gotten into the silly fouls and the turnovers.
Yes, they've played a pretty clean game.
They have been clean, and it's showing up.
So 1st and 10 for West at its own 28. They are going to keep it on the ground, but they don't pop the long one. It is a good gain, though. They get to the 34-yard line. And, Jay, I believe West is going to be content letting the first half clock expire. So that's going to take us to the halftime break. A few seconds ticking off the first half clock. West Brunswick with a really clean, really efficient, really effective first half, and the Trojans are going to go into the halftime break lead, or halftime break with a 10-7 lead over the visiting North Myrtle Beach High School Chiefs. West 10, North Myrtle 7 on your FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week.
the winning number. All right, first ball.
And we're back for the start of the second half. West Brunswick leading North Myrtle Beach at halftime, 10-7. Jay, it was a good, clean first half. Just a couple penalties from each side. No turnovers. West Brunswick got a 37-yard field goal from JoJo Hamrick and a Javante Daniels 13-yard rushing touchdown. And that was after a Landon Cloninger, North Myrtle Beach quarterback sneak rushing touchdown in the first quarter. So all that has resulted in a West Brunswick 10-7 halftime lead. Trojans will receive the opening kickoff of the second half after North Myrtle gets it back on the tee.
I'll tell you what, it seems to me that the Trojans this week must have taken to heart all the problems they had last week and actually the first 2 weeks with regard to mistakes and things like that. And they played a really clean first half, as you mentioned, and got the lead. See if they can get a special teams play to start here.
There's Griffin. Jay's got a little seam. Tracked down from behind, just shy of the 40-yard line, but a good opening return from Griffin and the Trojans.
Tell you what, the dude is he's a player, isn't he? Or is that Griffin? Yeah, that's Kevon Griffin.
Hoggard leading Wallace Rose Hill 28-7 at halftime.
Wow.
Jay, that's one score update from around southeastern North Carolina.
Yeah, Ashley's at East Bladen.
Let's see if we can find some scores for you folks.
North is playing home to Swansboro.
But first things first,
Sam.
look at Daniels go across the 45, rumbling down to the 46, a gain of about 8 yards.
Sam, there's been over the years, and of course you've been here for most of them, there have been some pretty good high school running backs, and Bubba McCrae was one of those really good running backs, and the way the show that Daniels is putting on right now makes me remember a little bit about McCrae just kind of running right up the gut and hurting people.
Jaybird, North Brunswick beating Swansboro 41-0 in the second quarter. Brian Davis just keeps the train rolling.
Yeah, and he's standing there saying, well, I don't know, we might be good by the end of the year. We're so young, we lost so much, and goodness sakes, he got some dudes over there, Sam, and the results are what they are. Yeah, Laney's off this week. Topsail's off this week.
We have South Brunswick at St. Paul's. That's an interesting one.
That's a long drive.
Oh, Jay, Collis Miller makes a man miss in the hole and is dropped at the 41-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 2 for West Brunswick, but it could have easily been a 3rd and 6 or 7 had Collis Miller not made the initial man miss.
Well, I tell you, I was saying Tim might be more suited for running outside, but he ran between the tackles that time and took a pretty good hit and gave one on his own.
You know, Jay, North Myrtle Beach has some really good-looking athletes on the defensive line, but not a whole lot of girth. There's a first down, West Brunswick, and then some. Collis Miller down to the 36-yard line where it is another West Brunswick first down.
And see, the value of Collis Miller kind of developing into a reliable running back allows Coach Handy to substitute, with his stud running back, Daniels. So Daniels gets a couple of blows and, he then
stays fresh for defense.
And stays fresh for defense, most importantly, because Handy said he thinks more of him as a linebacker than a running back. But
Speaking of Daniels as a running back, I mean, Jay, he
That's a
just
bull.
got hit 1 yard from the line of scrimmage and ends up at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards on a play where he was hit near the line of scrimmage. He's a load.
Sam, you got to find somebody that can get us some weights and heights of the West Brunswick kids, because I'm really curious as to how big Javante is.
I thought you were going to say we got to find a way to get him on the Charlotte Pirates on
Well.
Saturday mornings. I mean, look at this kid run. Boom, 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 all the way down inside the 25 to the 21-yard line for another West Brunswick first down. And, Jay, would you dare put the ball in the air when you're running the football this way?
I wouldn't, but, I'm kind of old school, I guess, in that regard, especially when, you're having so much success keeping the ball on the ground. That time, I think Daniels actually slipped twice and still managed to pick up a ton.
Yep. Here's Daniels again.
There's
This
a
time
hit.
he's met in the hole, and Jay, as impressive a stop it was, he still never got brought to the ground.
That's 57. Well, hope not, because I don't have a 57 for North Myrtle.
He is wearing 57.
Well, whoever that is did a good job on that.
Johnny Tsunami on the tackle.
You bring down you bring
down Daniels, you earn a spot on the roster.
I believe you do.
Yeah, agreed. Boy, Jay, remember West Brunswick got the ball first in the second half. We're 7 minutes and 20 seconds, and West still has the ball and moving toward the North Myrtle 20, and West has to burn one of its 3 second-half timeouts.
That hurts.
Yeah, took some time getting the play in, and it looked like they were facing a potential delay of game penalty, so Coach Handy wants a timeout before the snap. 7:17 left in the third quarter. West Brunswick leads 10-7. Jay, probably worth pointing out that Trojans are already in the field goal range of Mr. JoJo Hamrick.
Yeah, I was looking out there to see. So if they kick the field goal from here,
here, it'd be a 39-yarder.
Yeah, and that's JoJo's got that kind of range. So
I mean, the one he made earlier from 37 at least had 3, 4, or 5 more yards on it. I believe.
It looked like it for sure. But they still got 3 downs here. So.
Yep. 2nd and 10, ball's at the 22-yard line of the Chiefs. Feels like a pivotal moment for the Chief defense. When North Myrtle who struggled to score some points early on this season, does not want to fall down by 2 scores here midway through the third quarter. Borton pulls it and then tries to find his intended receiver, but it falls to the turf incomplete with 7:12 left in the third quarter. Griffin was the intended receiver, and that'll set up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he's got Collis Miller back in the game as Daniels gets a little quickie rest.
Screen, Jaybird, screen.
Sam says a screen, which could be. I'd like to see Borton.
Boy, North Myrtle bringing some pressure. Collis Miller makes one man miss, still on his feet, fighting for yardage. He's brought down at the 16-yard line, 3 yards shy of the line to gain, and we got a Chief who is down on the turf. Now he's popped up and back on his feet.
Yeah,
and he's back. Goodness. He got up and tried to walk to his huddle and then dropped right back down. Jay, that's number 9.
Kingston.
Campbell Kingston.
Yeah, I hope he's. It looked like a cramp, but as all know, the cramps hurt. But Collis Miller, wow. How many yards he's got tonight, Sam? He's been busting them, man.
Around 50, I'd say. He and Daniel's got to be approaching 125, 150 combined. Borton had a nice run or two as Kingston gets to his feet. Jay, let's talk decision time here for West Brunswick head coach Shane Handy. You got a 4th and 3, maybe a 4th and 4. Ball's at the 16-yard line. Looks like they need about the 12.5 for a first down, and it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field, maybe trying to draw them offside.
Yeah, I'm a little sorry, little surprised, although I guess they figure so Daniels is back in the game that they can they can get 4. Maybe they would try to draw them off. 3 points would be kind of nice right now. And he almost did.
They keep it on the ground. It's a first down and then some. Daniels is inside the 12 to the 11, drop down at the 10. So West keeps it on the ground with big number 32, Javante Daniels, and gets enough for the first down. So the Trojans now with a 1st and goal. Jay, that is a gutsy call.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
When you look at football games and they talk about big plays, usually those are plays that I think the definition is more than 20 yards or something, but that was not anywhere near 20 yards, but it was very much a big play.
Old Borton ends up having to keep it as there was some trouble on the exchange, and somehow he picked up about 5 yards on the play. A nice individual effort by Josiah Borton.
There's a flag down too, Sam.
Maybe a face mask in there somewhere?
Number 70, Sean Brown down there banging people around for the Trojans.
Maybe in the area of a face mask. Personal foul. On North Myrtle Beach, Jay. That's going to be half the distance to the goal and take the ball to about the 2.5 or 3 yard line. The Trojans really in business. Jay, not only are they on the doorstep of the end zone, but they could do so while taking up more than half of the third quarter clock.
Boy, that's how you draw it up, coming out of halftime. And if you can churn down the field and end up with a score and take half of the third quarter away, that's awesome football.
Borton under center now. False start. Oh, now the running back gets back set. It was a quarterback sneak on 1st and goal from the 3, and
now we got another flag.
I don't believe Borton got a yard, and Jay, I believe we just got a penalty on the North Myrtle Beach sideline.
Yeah, well,
unsportsmanlike conduct.
So where's that going to put the ball, Sam? Halfway?
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Chiefs. That'll be half the distance to the goal again and move the ball to about the 1.5 yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 1.5. And, Jay, impossible to tell what was said from the Chiefs sideline, but the referee was looking in that direction as the flag went flying straight up in the air. So, boy, said it about 4 times this drive, but the Trojans really in business. It's an interesting move, that last snap, going under center from the 3 to run the sneak. But what do I know, right? Nothing. I'll answer my own question. Not as much as Shane Handy, that is for certain. I know you got to love Daniels in these goal-to-go situations, don't you, as physical as he is?
Yeah, or you fake it to him if you're Borton and keep it.
And they're just going to give it to the big dog, and he is across the goal line for a Trojan touchdown. 5:33 left in the third quarter. Daniels hits his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and the Trojans have a 2-possession lead at 16-7. Hamrick on for the point after try. Jay, what a drive.
All on the ground, featuring Daniels, but some good help from Tim Collis-Miller, too. So I think, out of that game last week where they didn't have enough running backs, they certainly look like they have enough tonight.
Blocked.
Kicks blocked.
Just a little slow getting that one off, the Trojans were, but the 2-possession lead remains intact. Jay, here's another look at the touchdown run. Daniels got in pretty easily.
Boy, and Sam, as you've taught me over the years, the low man wins, and there were a couple of West offensive linemen that were just down on the ground that time, clearing the way. So credit Daniels, of course, but the West Brunswick offensive line has played very, very well here this evening.
Yeah, Jay, I'd be really missing Dr. Mike Maurer with the sideline commentary tonight. I'd be really interested to hear his assessment on the West Brunswick offensive line play.
You're so very right, and of course, Mike is celebrating his lovely wife's birthday this weekend and not able to be with us. He made the right choice in more ways than one. But, yeah, Mike would have, I'm sure, some really nice things to say about the Trojans tonight on the particularly on the offensive line.
And it's a good time to wish Mike's lovely wife, Amanda, a happy birthday. That's number 8, Andrew Kreider, on the return all the way across the North Myrtle Beach 40 to the 44-yard line. So excellent starting field position for North Myrtle Beach. And, Jay, since first quarter touchdown drive, the North Myrtle Beach offense has really been stuck in neutral.
Yeah, they have, but plenty of time for them to climb back in here. Only down, only down 9. Yeah.
So North Myrtle Beach 1st and 10 from its own 44-yard line. West Brunswick leading 16-7. Cloninger in the shotgun, got 2 backs. Ja Davis, we hadn't seen him since early in the first quarter, but he's brought down for a gain of 3 yards on first down. That'll set up a 2nd and 7 as the game clock ticks toward the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Jay, I'd really be interested to know when's the last time West had a 2-possession lead this late in the game.
That I would be interested as well. It's been a while.
H-back in motion to the bottom of your screen. North Myrtle ready to snap it. That's Prince around the left side looking for some running room. He's got a little bit, but not much. 17, Cyrus Gregory, and 61, Gage Woods in on that tackle. And Prince slow to get up, Jay Bird. North Myrtle faces a 3rd and long 2.
You know, I was thinking, Sam, so the Chiefs get the ball with, 5 and change, I guess, here after the long halftime. I mean, the offensive team hadn't been on the field hadn't touched the ball for like 20 minutes before this series.
Well, if you include the halftime break, it would have probably been about an hour of real time.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So 3rd and 2, big play here for both sides. West tried to get in there and time the snap count. Now the play clock is a factor. It's under 5. Running back Davis moves to Cloninger's left. They're going to hand it to him. West has got some defenders there, Jay. He's going to be a little bit short.
I think so, too.
It was Sneed and number 26 for West Brunswick there. Torrance McCoy, the senior. They stopped Davis a yard shy of the line to gain, and Jay, with a 4th and 1, I think in the game situation circumstance that North Myrtle's in, I think you got to go for this one.
Yeah,
right?
I do too. We're down to under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. So,
man, Sneed has played really well on the interior defensive line for West.
Kids coming on.
4th and 1. There's the give. He's got enough for the first down. Jay, fumble, and Griffin's got it. He's running the other way, untouched for a West Brunswick defensive touchdown, a 57-yard fumble recovery and return for a touchdown.
There is a flag.
Where do you see it on the field, Jay Bird?
I thought there was a flag.
There was a beanbag.
Oh, it was a beanbag. Okay.
I do not see. PA man says we do have a flag on the field, so we'll wait on the call from the white hat.
I think it's going to be West ball. It's a question of, it's touchdown.
Touchdown, maybe unsportsmanlike after, sideline warning.
Oh, okay.
Against West Brunswick, but Jay, the touchdown stands. Kavion Griffin, 58 yards, fumble recovery for a touchdown. Hamrick on for the extra point try to give West a 16-point lead. 3:19 left in the third. It's a good snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Hamrick knocks it in. And, Jay, here it is. Prince got enough for the first down yardage, but at the very end, the ball pops out right into Griffin's palms. Wow. Bingo. Touchdown, Trojans. Man, what a turn of events.
Well, the bad things that have been going against West for a long time have kind of changed here on this Friday night. And the result of which is the Trojans with a 23-7 lead with 3:19 to go in the third quarter. Who would have thunk it? I don't know what the line was in Charlotte, but
Jay,
pretty sure it wasn't this.
I didn't see this one coming.
No.
I didn't see this one coming. Now, there is a lot of time left in the ball game. Still 3:19 left in the third quarter, so we got some time left. But, man, what a defensive play by West Brunswick. Jay, it was almost impossible to tell who got their hand in there to force the fumble, but just a great, great defensive play.
Well, and to your point, Sam, you're right. Plenty of time left, but also understand North Myrtle has had issues moving the ball this season, only averaging 17.5 points a game.
Oh, boy, there was a big-time block here at the bottom of your screen, and then a big-time hit by Jude Surigao on the return man. Leveled Caden Gore.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, Jay, they're going to get North Myrtle for a block in the back of some kind. Yeah,
wow.
So the Chiefs are going to be starting this one from inside their own 20. Jay, Mr. Moe, way on the side of the West Brunswick Trojans right now.
Yeah, the pendulum has swung the other way, and in the favor of finally, after, wow, how many years? It's been a while since.
Few?
Wow,
Jay, it has been 13 years since West Brunswick beat North Myrtle Beach in football. 2011. I was a ripe, let's see, 13, 24 years old last time the Trojans beat the Chiefs in high school varsity football.
Well, it's North Myrtle that's making the mistakes here this evening.
Gage Woods, man, he's playing
had a good
some
game,
ball.
hasn't he?
He is playing some ball. Number 11 also in there. That's Harry Doherty.
Yeah, he's a
Jay,
good ball player.
And talk about a great kid.
Is he a good kid?
Great kid. His father, Tim, is about as good a guy as you could ever hope to meet. Harry has a little brother, Ollie, who is a fine baseball player and a valued member of the Armour baseball family.
Love it. 5 tackles coming into tonight for Doherty.
Yeah, we're big Harry Doherty fans. Scoreboard shows 3rd and 10, but it's 2nd and 10 as Cloninger rolls out to his right, looking for a man to throw to. And Jay, he's going to have to chunk that one away in the direction of Caden Gore. And man, it is all Trojans right now. I mean, they got a beat on everything North Myrtle's throwing at them, it seems like.
Well, Sam, think about it. I mean, these kids, it's not just practicing since the middle of August. I mean, you can go back a couple years, right, that they've pretty much had it handed to them every week. And tonight, it's a different story. And every play, there's just a little bit more of a hop in their step. They're very confident right now. They got to hang tough.
Still a long way to go. 3rd and 10, Cloninger across the
Nice
middle of
pass.
the field. And Jay, man, one play away. North
Yeah,
Myrtle
that might be
one
it.
play away.
Can you catch him? Can you catch him?
From
No, you
ball
can't.
game on, it is a touchdown. Landing Cloninger to Caden Gore, and North Myrtle just flipped this game on its head. Of West Brunswick had all the momentum, and all of a sudden North Myrtle is a 2-point conversion away from it being a 1-possession game again. Jay, an 85-yard touchdown strike from Cloninger to Caden Gore.
Well, one of the guys on defense for West had a shot at him, but credit Gore for just bouncing off, and then it's a race to the end zone. Plenty of speed with Gore, and point after is good.
Point after attempt is up and good, and Jay, watch, they had the throw and catch for a first down, but if West could make the tackle after the catch right there, you know, then you just got a first down, and they still have to go 70 yards. Instead, it's an 85-yard touchdown and 23-14 game.
Still, you know, a very good evening of football for West Brunswick. That might be one of their first, call it a mistake, I guess. Missed tackles fall into that, could fall into those categories, but credit Gore, too, for taking the hit and then showing the speed to just run away from everybody else. So, yeah, one pitch and catch, and all of a sudden it's a much tighter game.
North Myrtle climbs to within 9. It's West Brunswick 23, North Myrtle Beach 14 with 2:25 left in the ball game. Or left in the third quarter, rather. I'm sorry, folks.
Funny game. West took about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to score, and North Myrtle took about 2 minutes. And
no, probably more 30 seconds.
Yeah, all of it coming on that pass.
Yeah, one run play, one incomplete pass, and then an 82-yard touchdown strike. North Brunswick leading Swansboro 47-0 at halftime.
That's probably
so that clock. She's a running.
Yeah, she's a running. All right, running the streets.
No, not the streets. Not the streets. Oh man, Jay, that was a little pitching wedge, 52-degree with some funky side spin on it. Rolls out of bounds, and West will take over 1st and 10 at its own 35-yard line. And, Jay, I think it's important if you're Coach Handy and the West Brunswick coaching staff to remind the kids, guys, it was one play. We're in control of this game. We're up by 2 scores. We've been playing very well on both sides. Stay the course. Do what we've been doing offensively, running the ball effectively, and let's move forward.
That's exactly what he's telling the kids for sure, Sam. And I'm hoping they're listening because because it's very true. They just have one breakdown, maybe their only breakdown of the night.
Oh boy, high snap. Borton did a good job corralling it, and there's nameless 57 with the yellow gloves on the stop. Drops Collis Miller for no gain. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for West Brunswick.
Did have some help from Gauze that time, but it's football is such an emotional game, and you can see just on that one play, the defense for North Myrtle they're excited, They think, hey, wait a minute, this game's far from over. Offense did their job. Now it's up to us to continue.
Screen to the bottom of your screen. That was Nick Graham who made the catch and got, let's see, Jay, about 3 yards to the, we'll give him 4 yards to the 39-yard line. So a big play coming up, 3rd and 6. Game clock at 1 minute, 39 seconds left. And we're in the third quarter. West needs 6 yards for a first down.
Daniel's not in the backfield, so it's going to be Josiah trying to make a play. Oh.
Picked off the hands of the intended receiver and picked off. Oh, Jay. And then he flung the ball, and then the kid who intercepted the ball flung the ball 40 yards down the field in celebration. So now instead of starting the drive at the 35, North Myrtle's gonna start at midfield. And Jay, there was a receiver there. I believe it was Garrett Powell, off the hands of the receiver, and it intercepted.
Yeah, I think it was Garrett, and one of those balls that just popped up. Strange, kind of like the fumble return for West, but great field position. Well, not as good a field position as it would have been because of the unsportsmanlike penalty against North Myrtle. They've had more than their share of those here this evening, and yet only down 9.
Jay, how quickly things can change, huh? Man, West Brunswick looked like it was in complete control, and then North Myrtle goes 80-plus yard touchdown pass and then picks off a Josiah Borton pass on the next possession. Good job of run defense that time to stop the ball carrier. That's number 7, Jaden Chestnut, on the carry for North Myrtle. He picked up 2 yards to the 48-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 8.
And Sneed in on the stop. And Sam, you've said that a bunch of times here this evening. Clock should be moving. There it goes.
And we are at the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. 2nd and 8 for North Myrtle Beach. Cloninger got a wide open man in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's Reeves. He's a load.
Jay, we got a flag where the ball was snapped. Some kind of illegal formation or procedure penalty against the Chiefs.
Let the officials kind of figure this one out.
The Chiefs are backing up, and the receivers down here, Stevenson and Caden Gore, can't seem to figure it out. But it's going to nullify what would have been an 8-yard gain and a first down, and force a 2nd and 13 for North Myrtle. Some kind of illegal formation.
Well, the mistakes and errors and the kinds of things that Coach Handy said.
No, Jay, he signaled loss of down as well. And this was the signal, like it was deflected. And then he did it hands behind his head, which is a loss of down.
Well,
so is it 3rd down?
Well,
I am thoroughly confused, folks. Not going to even front about it. He signaled a loss of down, but the down marker over on the side says 2nd. So we're going to go with 2nd and 13 here. Swing pass out to the left. It's a race to the sideline. He stepped out of bounds. So, Jay, it was a big hit over on the sideline. And, Jay, then we got a flag that came out late.
That's probably going to go against
And,
West.
Jay, if that's against West, you had them, it would have been a 3rd and 11, and now it's going to be a first down after a dead ball personal foul.
What I was getting ready to say before, the concerns that Coach Handy for West Brunswick wanted to clean up this week, it's looked like mostly West has, and it's been North Myrtle who has been the culprit. But now the last couple of plays, West is making those kinds of mistakes that you just can't make and expect to win, or at least win consistently.
So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. There's the give around the left side. A lot of running room inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards leaves North Myrtle Beach facing a 2nd and 2 as the game clock is approaching the 22nd mark here in the third quarter. So 12 minutes and some change left in this one. North Myrtle on the move, trying to make it a one-score game. Jay, one more snap here in this third frame?
Well, they got time for it.
8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. They are going to hand the ball off. It's a first down. Runner still on his feet, cut in half by Griffin at the 23-yard line. And, Jay, that's a nice little segue into the break. North Myrtle Beach is on the move, has a 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of West Brunswick. We got 12 minutes left. Trojans trying to hang on, lead the visiting North Myrtle Beach Chiefs 23-14 on your game of the week. And here we are for the start of the fourth quarter, and it starts inauspiciously for West Brunswick as Daniels jumps into the neutral zone before the 1st and 10 snap. So 1st and 5 now for North Myrtle Beach. And
that's just mistakes that West avoided for the first 2.5 quarters, right? And last half of the third quarter, kind of like the old West, not the West that had been playing solid here early on.
1st and 5, give up the middle. It's really close to the first down yardage. Running back ruled down at the 8. It is going to be enough for the first down, setting up North Myrtle Beach with a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of the Trojans.
You know, for a while, I would say the line play was won by West Brunswick, but North Myrtle playing much stronger on the line of scrimmage, at least in this last 6-8 minutes.
There's a give up the middle. Running back is dropped down at the 4, maybe the 5-yard line. We'll give him 8 yards on the carry. That's number 6, Drew Prince, who took a big lick but got 8 yards, setting up a 2nd and 2 as we approach the 11-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's a hard runner, is Prince. He is their leading rusher coming into the game.
The Fresh Prince of North Myrtle Beach cuts it around the left side. He is still on his feet, and it is a North Myrtle Beach touchdown. So 13 unanswered points for North Myrtle Beach, and it is officially game on in Charlotte. West Brunswick 23, North Myrtle Beach 20 after Drew Prince's rushing touchdown. North Myrtle an extra point away from making this a 2-point game, partner.
That's football, right? I mean, you get kind of lulled into a place where you know better because the crazy things happen.
Man, that was a great hold. Great. Who is number 12 for North Myrtle Beach? Mr. Cloninger.
Yeah.
The quarterback. Jay, it was a high snap, and he snatched it like it was nothing and got it on the TJ. Here's the rushing touchdown from Prince.
See what that offensive line does.
Sealed that edge, and Prince took care of the rest. So, Mr. Moe completely on the side of North Myrtle Beach. Jay, do you fear the Trojan faithful are getting that sinking feeling?
Well, you couldn't blame them if they did, right? It's happened so many times here, and again, I'm not even talking just this season. I'm talking about the past couple of seasons. Looked like at least for the first 2.5 quarters they had turned the corner, had West Brunswick, but giving up 2 scores. And that, how many minutes did you say, Sam?
It was the 3-minute span. 3.5-minute span.
Yeah.
North Myrtle pulled that went from down 16 to down by 2.
I need a good kick return here.
They just got an okay one out to the 29-yard line.
Good coverage by the Chiefs of North Myrtle Beach High School.
Jay, I would expect to see Daniels early and often on this possession. And
well, he's out there.
He's out there. He is indeed. 10:48 left in the game. West Brunswick up by 2.
They need one of those nice long 6-minute drives and score as they had to start the third period.
Oh, there's Daniels around the right side, bulling his way near the 40-yard line, marked down at the 38. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll set up a 2nd and 1. Man, you couldn't have scripted a better start to this possession if you're Coach Handy and the Trojans.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Daniels, I don't know how many times he's carried the ball here this evening, quite a few. You know, but really does a great job, and I don't want to put the hex on him, but a great job of protecting the football, right?
There's Daniels again.
Ooh. Oh, man.
First down across the 40 to the 42-yard line, so a gain of 4 yards and a West Brunswick first down. And, Jay, I would expect that the Trojans will not get in a too big of a hurry to snap the ball. Obviously, a lot of time left, 9:59 left in the game, but you don't want to go too quick, do you?
No, you want to hurry up and wait, right?
Yeah, use the clock to your advantage. It's Collis Miller this time. Jay, check out this run. I mean, West Brunswick really doing a good job on the offensive line. For the most part tonight, controlling the line of scrimmage. It didn't look like much of a play there, and then you look up when it's said and done, and that's a 6-yard gain by Collis Miller. You live in 2nd and 4, you'll have a good night.
You can win football games that way. That's for sure. I was really trying to see that one of the offensive linemen was downfield banging away that time.
Boy, West was able to snap that one
Not
before
that
North
time.
Myrtle got set up, but this time it was big 44. Brown Reeves, who made a big tackle. Jay, if I'm not mistaken, I think my dad told me, I think he might be the son of Joe Reeves, or relation to Joe Reeves, who played at the University of South Carolina, played at Whiteville, then the University of South Carolina in the 90s, maybe grandson.
Well,
See
whatever.
if I can find that out.
The Reeves family should be very proud of the way Brown Reeves has played here, and a big kid at 6'3", 235 pounds.
Play clock, a factor. It's trickling down. Oh, Jay, they didn't throw. They said he was not offside. And it's a
Big
sack.
play.
Borton sacked.
Big play by North Myrtle Beach.
Man, just what the doctor had ordered if you're North Myrtle Beach. And West Brunswick will have to bring on the punt team. Man, had a 2nd and 4 and then lost a couple yards on a running play and then took a sack on 3rd down. And here comes Eden Romero and the Trojan punt team.
I'll tell you what, Romero's got to really try to change the field here. If you ever needed a big punt and a good special teams coverage play, you need it now. You talked about momentum earlier, Sam. I think that guy's twisted back the other way.
It's a delay of game, Jay. West didn't get the snap off in time.
They were tardy getting players in, which I don't know. Those are, again, the first, I've said this too many times, probably the first 2.5 quarters tonight, not that they played flawlessly, but they had cleaned up so much better than they had been playing. But the last half a quarter in the third and 5 minutes or so here in the fourth, they've reverted back to some mistakes that have plagued them just thus far this season, and they just absolutely need to stay away from.
Boy, Romero gets off a big punt, fielded cleanly. Uh-oh, Jay Bird. They don't want to mess with him in space. Block in the back. Yep, there. About 4 flags came in there for a block in the back, but the flags around the 40-yard line, so the North Myrtle will still get excellent starting field position.
We got a West player
Jay, we got 4 flags and a Trojan down on the turf.
Well, the good news is the Trojan's trying to get up. But no, he's laying back down. Yeah, Gore has speed. And made a nice return that time. Of course, probably benefited somewhat by the blocks in the back. But anyway, North probably going to have halfway decent field position to start this set of 4. Okay, that's good. The West player getting up. That's number 2, is it?
I think
Griffin?
that's 5, Trey
5,
Evans.
Trey Evans,
Yep.
okay. Tough. He's a good player, you know. Trey Evans is.
He is indeed. Is indeed. So West Brunswick now finds itself up by 2 points and desperately needing a stop, leading 23-21 over North Myrtle Beach. But North Myrtle has scored 14 unanswered points after being down 23-7. And now North Myrtle 60 yards away from taking the lead, or perhaps even less if they could kick a go-ahead field goal.
Uh-oh.
Make that 60 yards away from taking the lead. 60 yards to pay dirt. Number 6, Drew Prince, who has taken over in this second half. And the Chiefs lead 27-23, 7:08 left in the game. Boy, this game has legitimately been turned upside down after the 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
Wow. Well, the good news for West is there's still lots of time here, 7 minutes to go. So more than enough time for them to recover. But they have not played well in the last 10, 11 minutes. They're going for 2? They are. Oh, no, they're not.
Yeah, yep, they are.
Maybe they're going to think about it.
So because of the 4-point lead, no real difference in being up 4 and 5. So North Myrtle is going to attempt the 2-point conversion. Jay, the thought process is if you get it, you're up 6, and even if West does score a touchdown, you're forcing them to make the extra point to take the lead. Jay, let's see if Prince got touched on this touchdown run.
If he did, it was just a little, and then boy, when he got he beat the secondary, then it was, well, you knew what the results were going to be.
Doesn't get a whole lot easier than that.
Boy, it's so funny how this game can change on a blink of an eye.
Jay, I believe the rain has let up here at M.H. Rourke Stadium. Oh, an errant snap on the 2-point try. Now Cloninger's just going to fire it. It was picked off by Timothy Collis Miller. And so West Brunswick comes up with a stop on the 2-point try, but the Trojans find themselves down by 4 with 7:04 left in the game. Jay, it is 20 consecutive unanswered points for North Myrtle Beach.
Wow.
With 5 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
North Myrtle had a 3rd and 10, down 16 at its own 15-yard line, and ever since that ball was snapped, it's been all Chiefs.
It's been all Chiefs, yeah. Not all. Some of that helped along by some mistakes and errors on the part of the Trojans, but just as much, if not more, some fine play by North Myrtle Beach. Kind of took them a while to kind of get their thing in gear here this evening. Now, 27 points, and they only average 17.5. And, of course, West has 23 points, and they only average 17. So both teams have exceeded their normal offensive production.
High end over end kick, but very much returnable for Griffin and the Trojans.
Get outside.
He's looking for a crease.
Get outside.
He's got a little one, Jay. He's got
Get
a little
outside.
running room.
Get outside.
Makes a man miss.
Get outside.
He's still on his feet. Kavion Griffin with a house call. Touchdown. Trojans, no flags on the field. And this game is officially nuts as Griffin takes it to the house for a touchdown. The Trojans have moved ahead by 2. 6:48 left in the game. Jay, Griffin now has a touchdown on special teams and defense tonight.
Yeah, the 57-yard fumble recovery for a score. And what was the where did he catch that ball that time,
About
Sam?
the 15.
Okay, so an 85-yard KO return.
Jay, that's a big extra point.
Got it.
Kick is up. Kick is good. West Brunswick has a 30-27 lead. And we're going to get another look at Kavion Griffin's kick return touchdown. Let's see where he caught it. 12, 88 yards officially.
Here's the key: when he evaded that one tackler and could get to the outside, and then he's going to hold his own in a race. Is Griffin. So excellent recovery on the part. This is getting to be a little bit like a heavyweight fight, right? You're going to knock you down, you're going to knock me down, and may come up to how many of them can get back off the floor with time to do something. That only took West 12 seconds.
Just haymaker after haymaker in the second half. Jay, remember this game was 10-7
at the halftime. Yeah.
So it's 20-20 thus far in the second half. And Jay, the way these teams are scoring right now, 6:48, it gives you the feeling this game could end up in the 50s. The way they're trading blows here in the fourth quarter.
Well, let's see if that return for the score kind of helped turn that old momentum guy that you were talking about earlier, because clearly it had shifted away from the Trojans to North Myrtle Beach.
Boy, Griffin gives West Brunswick the play it so desperately needed. Oh, Jay, and I think it touched the North Myrtle Beach player.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick that
now
up.
West is going to have to make a special teams tackle, and they do inside the 5-yard line. So 2 enormous special team plays in a row, and North Myrtle will start this drive 1st and 10 at its own 2-yard line. Wow.
There are a bunch of guys down there around the ball. It looked like Evans may have been one of them. Got to replay it. Let's take a look and see who gets the stop. 6 and 30.
Caleb Louster.
And 32, is it maybe?
Daniels is 32.
Wow, yeah, what's he doing running down there? Unless it was 33.
He might not have anything left in the tank after that.
Anyway,
after the nice, yeah.
2 big plays in a row, Sam, by West Brunswick. Let's see if they can take advantage of it here.
And both special team plays, huh?
Yep. 3 parts of football, special teams being one.
There's a handoff.
That's
it's a safety. Safety.
Wow.
West Brunswick drops him in it's Daniels, Jay.
Yeah.
It was Daniels. Look at him beating on his helmet there.
A bunch
Wow.
of them, Daniels.
Jay,
4.
this game is insane. West Brunswick now has 16 points tonight that came from not its offense. That's a defensive touchdown and an extra point. Special teams touchdown with an extra point, and now a safety. Jay, check it out. I mean, the runner had absolutely nowhere to go. Watch Chestnut after he gets the handoff. I mean, what are you going to know? It's 34.
34 was the first hit.
It was Cumbie and Daniels. Just all over them. And Jay, worth mentioning, West is now going to get excellent starting field position, one would think.
And worth mentioning, see if North Myrtle makes a miscue and kicks the ball to Griffin again. So, but yeah, Sam, we talked about a little bit too about the line of scrimmage, and on that particular play, wow, did West's defensive line of scrimmage stand tall?
Man, just a huge, huge defensive play by West Brunswick, and it all started with the great coverage on on special
Look which
teams.
way they kick it that time.
That's going to be Collis Miller. He's already across
he's got
midfield.
speed.
Jay's still on his feet.
He's got
inside
speed.
the 35, out of bounds at the 32, and it's now the Trojans who have all the momentum, leading by 5, 6.5 minutes left in the game.
Well, let me tell you, they probably could have thrown the flag that time. Collis Miller was out of bounds on his hands and knees when
You get it late yet?
a Chiefs player came kind of sailing over the top of him. He must not have hit him hard enough to warrant the flag. But now West Brunswick, let's see.
Man, they're a first down away from being in field goal range, which would make it an 8-point game.
Exactly. That would be very important. That's Collis Miller.
Collis Miller from the 32 down to the 27. It's a gain of 5 on first down. And, Jay, I'm going to revisit a point I made earlier. Now you are definitely not getting in a hurry.
No.
to snap the football. The clock is at a point now where you need to be intentional about taking your time, in my estimation.
You want to milk that baby as much as you can. And of course, ideally not turn the ball over to North Myrtle whatsoever, even after a score. But
play clock down to 5.
Hang on to the ball.
There's a handoff to Collis Miller, fighting for extra yardage
Close.
across the 25. Actually ruled down at the 25. So it'll be a 3rd and, Jay, a really, really long 2. It looks like West has to get the football. They get it to the 22, it's a first down. It looks like it's about the 22 and a half.
Well, two down,
they need.
2 down territory for sure, and Griffin back in the game. I wonder what it would be like with
Daniels
Griffin.
in the backfield. Boy, Jay,
I
believe everyone in the stadium knows where this ball's going. If there was ever a time for maybe a read option where Borton pulls it.
I know. Look at all the guys in the box.
Yeah, West is not going to play any game. He's still on his feet.
Look at him.
Still on his feet inside the 15, marked down at the 12.
Limping coming off, though.
Limping coming off the field, but man, what a run. And West Brunswick in business here with 5:03 left, and North Myrtle going to call a timeout.
Wow.
To see if it can give its defense a little rest here. Jay, a quick reset. West Brunswick 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of North Myrtle Trojans, leading by 5. 5:03 left. Take me inside the huddle with Coach Handy. What are we discussing here?
Well, so they can make a first down and not score. And I know you want to score, but it wouldn't be terrible if they were able to churn out minutes and yards to get a first down, and then as much time as they can take off the time clock and come out of here with some points would be awfully good for West Brunswick. And I'm sure that Coach Handy, among other things, says, guys, hang on to the football. Don't lose possession of the ball trying to make a play maybe that's not even there, because we're in field goal territory right now.
And a field goal puts them up 8, or a touchdown and a 2-point conversion can't beat you. So even more reason to hold on to the football at all costs. Jay, that's out. Oh, they ruled him down. Fortunately for the Trojans, he's ruled down. So no gain. No gain. And Jay, maybe that's the clock stop, partner. There it goes. Sorry. I must have not looked at it long enough, but the game clock continues to run, which is exactly what you want to see if you're on the West Brunswick side. And, Jay, I think it's a great point you made. West Brunswick, worst case scenario, you go nowhere and have a chance to kick a field goal here with about 3 minutes left. That puts you up 8.
Yeah, you just want to make sure. And don't you know North Myrtle's going to be tackling the ball as much as they are the ball carrier.
Incomplete pass. Not sure if West had a play there anyway, even had Griffin caught it. So, Jay, that stops the clock.
It's pretty well defended, I think, by North that time. I believe you're right, Sam. That wouldn't have picked up much, if any, and it stops the clock, to your point. So, now Griffin limped off the field, and I don't see Daniels, I'm sorry, and I don't see him on the bench, but West call a timeout.
Yep, now West Brunswick wants a timeout with 4:18 left. Jay, so 3rd and 10. Here's a tough one. You got 10 yards to get for a first down, which is typically a passing down. But do you want to just keep it on the ground and waste those 40 seconds and then bring on the field goal team?
I think that would be the logical play here, and keeping it on the ground, making sure where you end up is a place that is most comfortable for JoJo Hamrick to kick from. But they got a chance here to take off 25, 50 seconds, I guess? 20,
Yeah,
25 is the 20 clock.
It's 40.
40.
But it starts
okay.
right after the play is over. So yeah, between the play and the play clock, you could waste 45 to 50 seconds. Here.
Easy, yeah, and get the important 3 points and then to your point, force North Myrtle to have to score a touchdown and convert a 2-point conversion just to tie the game.
Jay, it is worth mentioning a 30-yard field goal in high school football is no guarantee. Oh, very nearly picked off the pass intended for Eden Ramiro. So wastes 5 seconds and the clock stops. And Jay West very fortunate that it wasn't picked off because there was a lot of green grass for number 9, Campbell Kingston, to run if he did pick it off. Boy, a big kick coming up for JoJo Hamrick. 30-yarder on the dot.
So Collis Miller is the holder. I don't know who the long snapper is, but we do know that JoJo Hamrick is the place kicker. Oh,
Nope.
They got a piece of it.
Oh, they had trouble getting it down on the tee, Jay Bird. Oh, the snap looked like it got a little bit into Collis Miller body. Valiant effort to get the ball down on the tee, but boy, West Brunswick had a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line and came away with no points. Had a chance to salt that one away. Had a chance to salt it away, and
yeah, missed opportunity for sure. Who is that limping off the field? I think it's
Garrett
a cramp.
Powell.
Oh, is it Garrett? Man, keep him healthy. Because when I go to Tea Time Restaurant on Sunday after church, a lot of times he's the bussing the table. So you know, I get my Garrett fix.
St. Paul's leading South Brunswick 31-7 in the 3rd quarter, Jay Bird. So a tough night for the Cougars.
4-12. They need a touchdown to go ahead.
Yeah, and North Myrtle is going to keep it to Prince on the ground, and he took a big hit.
Yeah.
That's Sanchez again. Antonio Sanchez having himself a fine night. North Myrtle going to get back on the ball quickly, partner. Look at him go.
Only 3 tackles before tonight, but
he's got
Sanchez got at least 3 this evening. You're right.
3:50 left in the game.
He's going to
North
throw
Myrtle.
it. They got to have some coverage. Oh, good hit. There you go.
That was Collis Miller and number 4, Caden Coley. Separated the ball from the hands of Brown Reeves there, the North Myrtle tight end. So 3rd and 8 for North Myrtle Beach from its own 3rd and 7 rather, from its own 23-yard line.
Yeah, huge play for the West Brunswick defense.
I would be find number 2, Caden Gore.
Yeah.
I believe this ball will end up in the direction of Gore if I was a betting man. Cloninger rolls out, fires a pass, and it is incomplete over on the far sideline. Good coverage by Kavion Griffin, and Stevenson, the intended receiver, slow to get up. So, Jay, with 1 timeout left, will North Myrtle Beach keep the offense on the field, or will they punt it away and trust their defense to get the ball back one more time?
Gosh, they probably have to go for it here. And if the Trojans can hold, they could milk this one out.
Boy, West
stay away from the big play.
5 receiver set, 3 to the bottom of the screen, 2 to the top. West only rushing 3, and it is incomplete, way over the head of the intended receiver. So, Jaden, with North Myrtle clinging to 1 timeout left and still 3.5 minutes, North Myrtle can get the ball back. West is not going to be able to just take a knee on it.
No.
But surely the Trojans will keep the ball on the ground.
I would think this would be a time where you would really lean on your offensive line and lean on your running backs to ground it out. They have enough points to win. They just got to get 3 minutes and 31 seconds off this clock and maintain their possession.
I mean, even one first down would go a long way toward icing this one. And they're going to get real close. No, they are going to get it. That is a first down, Jay. And, Jay, honestly, if you're North Myrtle, you kind of prefer him to get the first down on that carry. If he's going to get 8 or 9, you'd rather him go ahead and get the first down.
Yeah, go ahead, stop the clock, and they call a timeout.
North Myrtle is going to call its last timeout. So, 3:24 left in the game. West Brunswick in the same situation it was just in, essentially. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. And, Jay, if it's anything but a heavy dose of Daniels, I'd be very, very surprised.
Well, if you want to stick Collis Miller in there to run a little bit too, that's fine. But, you know, the big guy, Daniels, you know, certainly impressed by his running ability tonight, but I'm just as much impressed as by his hanging on to the football, right? He's taken a lot of hits out there and has been vulnerable a few times, but hasn't turned it over. So 3 handoffs to Javonte Daniels would not be a bad approach.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line, Jay Bird. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left. It is Daniels up the middle. Jay, a beanbag just got thrown in there at the end of it. Did he fall back on it? He must have. A beanbag came in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was a live ball for a second. But
well, he picked up a couple.
Yep. Got 3 yards to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, more importantly, he took off. They were under 3 now, so they don't need to snap this ball until there's probably 2 minutes and change, 2 minutes and 40 anyway, 35.
Jay, there's still 15 left on the play clock. They could get all the way down to about 2:33, 2:34 before snapping this ball. No, they snapped it, but Daniels has got it. He's fighting for yardage. He's inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. So now West has a 3rd and 1. West Brunswick could get the ball or get the game clock under the 2-minute mark before snapping this ball.
And well, they should.
and Jay, if Daniels or whoever runs the ball could get a first down,
Mike could be over.
Yeah, another first down would do it. Then West Brunswick could take a knee.
So nothing, no trickeration here. Just pound away. That's pounding.
He's got enough for the first down.
He may have more than that.
Nope, they ruled. Daniels ended up in the end zone, but they ruled forward progress down at the 1-yard line. And Jay, it's a fresh set of downs, and with 1:52 left in North Myrtle, no timeouts. West could take a knee, and I don't think you try to score here. North Myrtle can't stop the clock anymore. If you score, then they could go score, get an onside kick, and score again. I think you got to take a knee on this.
It would reduce the risk, right? You know, the name of the game here is to win, and West Brunswick has a great opportunity to salt this one away. And North Myrtle can't stop the clock as they've used all their timeouts.
And
so.
West just got a flag of some kind.
Oh,
Jay, I don't know why you even run a play. I can't understand it. The other team can't stop the clock. You get the snap and fall on a knee and twice, and the game's over. It's over.
You know who you sound like? One of my favorite announcers. Sam Hickman, of course, but West Durham. Your voice is cracking a little bit, just like mine is.
I love Wes.
Oh, man.
He's still not as good as his daddy
Well, his daddy was like, you know, the gold standard. But Wes Durham's a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, he's good. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the game.
What was the call?
Some kind of illegal
something
or something or another.
Illegal motivation? Is that what you said?
Formation.
Okay.
Formation, motivation, sublimation.
Now what we doing?
A little pause in the field as the officials sort it out.
Please, officials, come on. These kids haven't won for so long, you know.
1:16 left in the game.
Yeah. Telling both staffs what's going on. Okay. Happy.
1:20 back on the game clock.
You know, Sam, I'm saying the kids haven't won for so long, but if West can hang on here, Trojans would have, they beat 2-2 over their last 4 games. They won last year, and in the final game, they lost their first 2 this season. There you go.
There we go. Realize North Myrtle Beach cannot stop the clock. Now West drains that play clock under the 40-second mark on the game clock. Do that one more time, and this ball game is over, Jay Bird. What's the feeling got to be like on this West Brunswick sideline right now?
You just got to be so happy. I mean, they've had such a difficult time the first 2 games, although, you know, some of your sources have indicated that they're playing a little bit better than what the scores might indicate, and son of a gun if that's not the truth.
And Jay, I believe that will do it. Yes, the game clock is under the play clock, and that's going to do it. West Brunswick is going to knock off the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs for the first time since 2011. First time in 13 years West Brunswick has defeated North Myrtle Beach in football. Jay, what a wild 32-27 victory.
Well, Sam, you're asking how do you think the kids feel. That last 15 seconds of video tells you, right? They're hopping around and jumping and waving their arms and carrying young children out on the field. I mean, they're happy, and it's going to be a good night and a good weekend for the Trojans.
You know, Coach Handy will sleep pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
Back at it tomorrow and Sunday. The Trojans will have a bye week before returning to action at Topsail in a couple of Friday nights.
Where are we? Oh, we're off next week.
Yep, no Focus Broadband TV game of the week next week, but we'll be back for a big one, Jay Bird. September 20th, Hoggard at North Brunswick on September 20th. But first things first tonight, Jay, it's West Brunswick 32, North Myrtle Beach 27. First time in 13 years West Brunswick has knocked off North Myrtle Beach. And look at the Trojan kids celebrating. Now, red, white, and blue day on USA Day. Look at the Trojan students spill onto the field. A big win for the program, a big win for Coach Handy. And West Brunswick improves to 1-2 on the young season with a 32-27 victory. Jay, final thoughts?
Just a good, solid win. I mean, there was about a quarter of this game that West went and let things get away from them. But the other 3 quarters, they played probably their best football game of the season. So, and congratulations to the staff and of course to the kids. And, you know, thank heaven if you're a West Brunswick fan that Javante Daniels is on your team, because he does it on both sides of the ball and certainly did it tonight.
And Kavion Griffin with a kick return touchdown and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Special teams definitely the difference tonight. West Brunswick lost a 16-point lead, but then Griffin took a kickoff return to the house from 88 yards away for the final score, 32-27. Thank you for joining us on your Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week for the best camera crew in the business. Nathan Evers, Jay Combs, I'm Sam Hickman. Good night from M.H. Rourke Stadium. We'll see you in a couple weeks from North Brunswick when Hoggard and North fight for Mid-Eastern Conference supremacy. Good night from Shiloh.